Hello and welcome to Illuminating Crossroads. My name's Lisette and we're going to be doing a reading for the upcoming partial lunar eclipse that's taking place on September 17th, 2024. So this full moon is going to be happening within Pisces, and this reading is for the sign Aries. So you can tune into this reading if Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, or if you just feel called to listen to it, you're more than welcome. So we're gonna go over a couple of different things within this reading. We're going to be finding out what is being illuminated during this full moon for you, how you can work with these energies to support your growth, and what you're ready to let go of, and then any additional advice and guidance that your guides, your angels, your ancestors, anyone within your spiritual team want to share with you. So go ahead and get comfy. You can grab a journal if you want to take any notes, or grab a nice drink, and we'll go ahead and hop right in. So we're going to start with some tarot cards. And the first thing we're going to look into is what is being illuminated during this full moon for Aries rising. Ooh, hello. There's quite a few things that popped out there. All right. So we have these three cards that came out. So I think this is really interesting. I'm gonna move this up a little bit so we have some more room. So I like that these three cards came out, but the only one that's up right to where we can see it is the Eight of Swords. So to start off with, this to me is showing that during this full moon, there is an awareness and a letting go of some of these thought patterns that have really been making you feel stuck and restricted. So during this full moon, there might be this desire to honestly look more deeply at these internal parts of yourself. So, or it could be that you've already done all that, and then now at this time of the full moon, you're able to celebrate how far you have come in allowing yourself to let this go. And there could also be a lot of mirroring situations, because this here is a mirror and you can see her and like what's taking place internally as opposed to what's actually happening. So you see the birds here, but you don't see them here. So maybe there'll be an awareness of what are illusions as well that you've been keeping yourself surrounded within in your mental body or emotional body, and now that you're ready to acknowledge that maybe they're not present anymore, maybe those aren't things that you have to fear or to worry about or to have anxiety about anymore, because life has now shifted to a different how do I want to say, not shifted, but evolved in a different way. So let's see what cards we have here. We have the Four of Swords and the King of Cups. So with the Four of Swords, this is showing that like during this full moon, if you are needing some extra TLC, provide yourself with it. So don't feel that you have to kind of be so quick and going and doing all the things that maybe you would normally do, because during this time there's an invitation to really tune in, to come back to nurturing yourself and really making sure that you're not burnt out. Especially, Aries being a cardinal fire sign. So just thinking of, what does your flame look like? Your internal flame. Is it thriving? Is it strong? Or is it dwindled and weak? And if so, how can you nourish yourself with things that you do love, that you care about, and maybe even allowing yourself to be surrounded by those people, places, and things that really nourish you at a deep soul level. And then the King of Cups here. So this is honestly making me think that there, how do I want to say, there might be either a situation or maybe something that you've experienced in the past that's kind of brewing up in regards to giving you an invitation to reach a different level of maturity within your emotional body. So this here, the King of Cups is being reversed, so it could be this essence of maybe you or other people in your life haven't really been considering all factors, and action has just been taken without regard to consequences. And this is really asking, well, how can there be this more receptive energy? How can you invite an awareness of maybe I don't know why the whole think before you speak type of situation, or really actually taking time to process a little bit before moving forward and taking action, because I'm really focusing on this boat that's sailed off to new horizons. So maybe if you're feeling called to move in a different direction right now within your life, not just zooming off before you make sure is whatever that you're wanting to go towards or do, or to find more growth within, or to create more space within, is it something that's actually nourishing you, or is it something that you're just charging forward within and not really taking a look at the bigger picture? So I'm going to put this back in reverse. And then this can also be, if this shows up as someone else in your life, maybe before you are choosing to connect at deeper levels with others, really seeing if you're meeting these connections from a place that's not within past wounds, or comparison of how people have treated you before, but to really be aware and look at the finer details of what is present right now, and how can you invite a new foundation towards relationships within your life. Don't know why that one did come through, but it did. All right, so next we're going to see how can you work with these energies to support your growth, and we're going to pull cards from Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Also, the fish in these cards are kind of sticking out to me. So it could also be this aspect of how are you allowing yourself during this time of the full moon to be in flow. So to have balance between doing and resting, and not just being heavy on extremes either. Okay, so how can Aries risings work with these energies to support their growth during the time of this full moon? Ooh, hello. Okay. That was a lot, but I'll take these. Okay. So we have dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Very nice. We have vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. We have flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. And then we have bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. And then we have white raven spirit. Trust the magic. Wow. Okay. So with these cards, I think that in how these messages are showing up, it's feeling as though kind of going back to that like extreme things or just like only charging towards one direction. So just knowing like maybe you can work with any of these animal spirits if they call to you. But dolphin spirit is like really about allowance and compassion. So it's having this openness and awareness of like, okay, well, this is my truth and I know that that is your truth and both can be true. So really having this balancing act and maybe even tapping into your polarity sign of Libra during this time to really help you find more balance and harmony within your life. So then we'll go over here to the vulture spirit and knowing that nothing is wasted. So in what you may be experiencing, especially when it comes to things of the past or habits or patterns that you've been going through and you're kind of ready to like move on, just knowing at any point, trying not to beat yourself up, because know that everything that you went through had a reason. There was a purpose, and it's actually funny in the newsletter, the September share, as I like to say it, I wrote a little snippet about like in reflection of my own journey of seeing that, you know, like all those parts or even those times that I thought I wasted my time or, you know, I wasn't doing these things, that there is truly like nothing is wasted because everything is really adding to this bigger picture. So just inviting yourself to be aware of that, and with that finding more depth of compassion, of awareness, of knowing like all parts are okay, and allowing yourself to move through these things, to not get hung up on anything, so you can really I'm feeling like really restore your energy, because I don't know why I like feel so tired while I'm doing this reading, and I did not feel tired before. Okay, so then next we have flamingo spirit, so embrace the in-between. So I think that kind of goes back to when I was talking about the little ship or the sail in the back of the King of Cups card. So just knowing that if you are if you're trying to figure out direction of where to go next, knowing that like it's okay to not know, especially since we have life as a mystery, right? So, you know, sometimes we're just not supposed to know things quite yet. And I do just want to point out that we do have 8 here, 8 here, because 2 plus 6 is 8, and then 8 there. So maybe you've been seeing 8, 8, 8 a lot. And normally with 8s, it can talk about like karmic cycles or a new level of abundance coming in for us, and just remembering that abundance is in many forms. So just being open and receptive to that. And then there's 66 here, so that might be a number that's been coming up for you. And it's with the white raven spirit. So it says trust in the magic. So really being open to possibilities right now. So working with tapping more into your heart, of allowing yourself to be nurtured, not rushing into things, and allowing that to create space for opportunities and things to flow to you with greater ease. And then we're going to pull from, we're going to do the Starseed Oracle. And I feel like we kind of already covered, like, what are you ready to let go of? So I'm not going to dive into that, but I'm just going to ask for any additional advice and guidance. So we'll pull from this Oracle deck, and then we'll do the angels and ancestors as well. So we'll just ask for any additional advice and guidance, specifically from your star family, galactic family, or your higher self or source at this time during this full moon in Pisces. All right, and I just got like a really sharp pain in my arm. So just knowing if you're having any pain within the body, seeing if you can invite yourself to find, you can find movement, but maybe softer movement that allows for like replenishing. So taking it easy, not forcing things, allowing for more flow. All right, and then the card that came out is Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Amazing. So maybe you're working with Horus right now, or maybe you can call upon Horus to be a supportive essence or guide for you right now. So this is, I feel like this is kind of tying all this together lovely, but just knowing that right now, because there is this call for you to kind of be in more of a receptive state, to not rush too quickly, knowing that you're protected, that you're being guided, and that when you are truly like tuning into what is present and not allowing yourself to be held within illusions, that all is well. So just trusting the process a little bit more, which I know can be hard sometimes, but seeing if you can just invite yourself to do it in little ways and let that like compound on top of each other. And then next we have fall into my arms. So surrender, holding opposites and extremes of life. So funny because we were talking about extremes already. So, and it kind of goes back to this and that are true. So and then the fall into my arms, again, kind of speaking towards allowing yourself to be held. So I don't know if you happen to work with our Great Mother or the Divine Mother of all, however you like to word that essence's name that supported with the birth and creation of all of us. You can really invite yourself to connect with the Great Mother in meditation, to be held by her. And also, if you do like meditating, fun fact, you can connect with your root or your sacral, but probably do your root, and you can just visualize a ruby red color, and then that will help, and you can just call on the Divine Mother. And then just knowing that in all these extremes of life, there is a middle point. And it's so funny because as I say that, I'm just like focusing on the 8 that's between these two cards. So maybe seeing if you did receive any messages during the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. If you can go back, like if you journaled, read what you wrote, see if there's any guidance for yourself from then to really tap into now. And maybe contemplating the infinity sign, if that's something that would resonate with you, to be a greater support at this time. And then we'll just get a last closing message of support from your angels and ancestors before we close out this reading. All right, beautiful. So we have snake, shed old skin. All right, so yeah, and then look at the back of the deck is elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So at the time of this full moon, after it reaches its peak, really just allowing yourself first to celebrate everything that you've moved through. So remembering that nothing is wasted, just really reiterating that, so you don't get trapped within your mental body, and to know that like now's the time to shed that old skin, especially if you are Aries rising or your sun's in Aries and you've been working through a real emphasis, specifically if you're Aries rising, between your 1st and your 7th house with the nodes. So this has really been a time where you've been asked to kind of focus on yourself a bit more, to really think about how you want to show up in life, and to really also make sure that you're surrounding yourself with those whom really nourish you, who understand you, who love you unconditionally. So anything that is not working for how you want to show up in the world, how you want to live your life, and really what's authentic and really speaks to you at a soul level, you honor that maybe some things need to go. And if they do, sometimes like the best analogy with the snake that I always get is like, the snake shedding its skin, it has to create friction to let that old skin fall off, to have support so it can be removed. So, and in order to wear that new skin. So see any challenges or anything that might come up that causes friction or tension, or even if there's some anger, really allowing yourself to allow it to flow through you, to be processed, to be honored, maybe allowing, just because I'm looking at the dolphin spirit, maybe allowing for a creative outlet for that to be expressed. So then you can invite yourself to acknowledge and to let go. So I do hope that this reading was supportive, and I do hope that you have a beautiful full moon in Pisces. And if you are enjoying this reading, or I should say if you enjoyed it and you want to join the Illuminating Crossroads community, we would love to have you. So feel free to subscribe, or if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know how this reading resonated with you. So I will go ahead and close out this reading with divine love, light, and wisdom. We are complete. Until next time, many blessings and much love. Bye.